Hey, this is Royden here with Gadgets 360, and here we have the Acer Liquid Z530. Yes, that's right, Acer is finally back in the Indian market once again, and this time around they've launched two budget phones, the Z530 and the Z630S. So I think they're going to test the waters a bit with these two handsets, and depends on how well they do, they'll probably add more models to it later on. So we have the Z530, which is the smallest offering thus far. And let's take a quick look at what we get in the box. So inside we have the phone itself. There's a little writing on the sticker for some of the features like LTE, a wide-angle camera, and zero air gap for the display. We'll take a closer look at this in just a bit. Without further ado, first of all, we have the handset itself. This is the black version. We'll take a closer look at this in just a bit. Also in the box, we have some instruction manuals. We have the charger. This is the micro USB data cable. This is the bundled headset. And finally, we have the battery. So here's a closer look at the Acer Liquid Z530. So the phone is built primarily of plastic, as you can see. It's not super slim, but then again it's not uncomfortably thick or fat either. The back panel actually has a nice slightly rough texture to it. It's not uncomfortable, and it does offer a decent amount of grip when you hold it in your hand. In the front we have a 5-inch HD IPS display. Up on the top there is a speaker grill that also doubles up as a earpiece. There is an 8 megapixel camera in the front, and there aren't any capacitive buttons as you have on-screen buttons for Lollipop. Now coming to the right, we have the volume rocker over here, and towards the bottom we have the micro USB port, and up on the top we have the 3.5mm headphone socket and the power button. Coming to the back of the phone, there is another 8 megapixel primary shooter over here. We have an LED flash and another microphone for noise cancellation, and you have the Acer logo and another speaker down at the bottom. And as you can see, this inscription, it does support DTS Studio sound for better sound. The Liquid Z530 runs on Android 5.1 along with Acer's custom skin. It is quite heavily customized, but it seems to run pretty smoothly with no real problems. In the notification bar, Acer has also added something called floating apps. So you have something called Float Note, Float Calculator, and Float Calendar. These are apps which float around, and you can use them if you want. And close them as such. There's also a blue light shield that Acer has added. So what this does is basically changes the color temperature of the display to a slightly warmer tone, and also to eliminate the blue light basically. So if you do a lot of reading, we suggest this is a good option to have enabled. Acer also includes some of its own custom apps with the Liquid Z530. So for instance, Acer Extend lets you view your notifications, incoming messages and calls on your computer while you're away from your phone. So how this works is you basically install an application on your computer, sync both the devices, and then you get notifications on your PC. Very similar to Motorola's Moto Connect. Another suite of apps is this Acer Portal. Basically, the phone supports Acer's build your own cloud concept. So essentially, after installing an application on your computer, you can access music, videos, and your files from your PC, which is on your PC from your phone, either through Wi-Fi or 3G. Powering the phone is a MediaTek MT6735 quad-core SoC. You get 2 GB of RAM. There is 16 GB of onboard storage. However, you can expand that by up to 32 GB via micro SD card. And there's also a 2420 milliamp hour battery, which is removable. Other specifications include Wi-Fi N and Bluetooth 4.0. Along with the Liquid Z530, Acer also debuted another handset called the Liquid Z630S, which we have right here. As you can see, this is a slightly larger device, and the specifications are also slightly higher because it does sit in a slightly higher price segment. So we just take a closer look at the Z630S real quick. So in the front we have a 5.5-inch HD IPS display, and we also get Dragon Trail glass for protection. Powering the device is a MediaTek MT6753 octa-core SoC as opposed to quad-core on its smaller sibling. There's also 3 GB of RAM. You get 32 GB of onboard storage, and you can expand this by up to 32 GB. Also another big difference between this and the smaller sibling is that it has a 4000 milliamp hour battery underneath. Now, both the devices do support 4G. However, it only supports FDD 4G and not TDD 4G. So there is no support for band 40 that Airtel uses. However, it does support 4G on band 3, which carriers should roll out come December. Over to the sides, we have the volume rocker and the power button. The headphone jack is on the top, and at the bottom we have the micro USB port. Now, coming in the front, we have yet another the earpiece, which I think also doubles up as a speaker. There's an 8 megapixel front facing camera and no capacitive buttons as you have on-screen buttons. Now, at the back, we have another 8 megapixel camera. There's an LED flash. There's a microphone for noise cancellation. We have the Acer logo speaker, and of course this phone also supports the DTS Studio sound. The Z530, which is the smaller sibling, is priced at Rs 7,000, and it goes up against the likes of the Lenovo A6000, which is also in the same price bracket. The liquid Z630S, on the other hand, which is a slightly more powerful variant, retails at Rs 11,000, and over here it competes with the likes of the Moto G 3rd Gen and maybe the Lenovo A7000 as well. So that is a quick look at the Lenovo Z530 and the Z630S. We will be bringing you a full review on both these units real soon, so stay tuned for that. As always, do subscribe for more videos, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Gadgets360.